I went on my phone and I tried finding this restaurant called Quiznos. Every single location has been permanently closed. I've never even seen that on Google Maps, but there were hundreds around me. Every single one of them shut down with the exception of one, which by the way, is in front of a jail. It's also in a gas station. I'm like, Quiznos, pick a struggle. Permanently closed in 95% of your locations. You're in front of a jail and you're in a gas station. The triple threat of all restaurant chains. This place is probably gonna close down as well. I mean, I wanna find out if these places have closed down because of the economy or did they close down because their food sucks. Why is the bag wet? Anyways, this is the food that we got from Quiznos. I got a couple sandwiches. It took an hour. It took an hour to prepare essentially 3 sandwiches. These smell incredible. These are churro bites, I think. What I found the most shocking was it was really clean inside. They were so friendly. They were so clean. The only reason that I can potentially imagine why they're going under is because it took an hour to prepare a very small order. And there's no clients here. We need to let some people out of jail so they can go and buy some sandwiches to get the business going. They also make milkshakes. Honestly, it looks good. You see, it's like a thick milkshake. I don't know if I should keep this in the video, but while I was in there, I think someone got released from jail. All his belongings were in a clear bag. I'm like, I think this is his first meal after jail. Quiznos. They gave it to me in the most prison-themed bag ever. I'm just surprised it wasn't a clear bag. Okay, so 1 sandwich, 2 sandwiches, and 3 sandwiches. Here we've got an Oreo milkshake. And we've got their most popular side, which is tater tots. And their most popular and probably kind of like only dessert, which is still warm. These are donut bites. Where do we even start? I'm going to start with the tater tots because I want to try them. So this is what the Quiznos tater tots look like. I thought they were hash browns because they look like hash browns. They're still crispy because I put them in the oven. That is delicious. That is so good. Just so you can see what the Quiznos tater tots look like. I'm not a big fan of tater tots. These, however, just taste like hash browns. It's like shredded potato. It's not like a tater tot where it's overly crispy and then like mashed potato on the inside. This is more like hash brown from IHOP in miniature version. That's exactly what it tastes like as well. Honestly, why is this place closing down? This is really good. Maybe when it comes down to the sandwiches, which is their specialty. So I asked the Quiznos employees what was their #1 best-selling sandwich, and they told me the Italian sandwich. So they wrote Italian on here just to make sure that I know. Honestly, very organized restaurant, very, very clean. So let's put some respect in their name, even though they did write the name with some duct tape. I'm not making this up. This is duct tape and a Sharpie. Their label is 2 pieces of duct tape. You can't do this when you're in front of a jail. Oh my god, they put duct tape to hold a sandwich together. Let's unduct tape the sandwich, which is a first time. Subway could never. Subway couldn't even afford a little bit of duct tape in first place. Okay, let's open this. Oh my god, there's so much duct tape. It's almost like a band-aid. They specifically recommended me the Italian sandwich on a rosemary bread. So this is their rosemary bread, which looks like this. And very shiny and wet on this side because it's been sitting in the bag. And inside, just different Italian meats and olives and lettuce, just vegetables. And I believe this is the one that has like a Parmesan dressing, like a Parmesan sauce. That was their specialty. The lettuce is still crispy. Oh my god, the vegetables, the bread. You guys know that apart from the cookies, I'm not the biggest fan of Subway. I don't like the fact that when you go to Subway, everything tastes the same. And I don't like the fact that the bread is not real. The meat at Subway is not real. And you can look this up. Their chicken cannot be considered chicken. It's chicken, in quotation. This tastes like real. This is like what Subway thinks they possess. It's insane. The meat tastes like real pepperoni, like straight from Europe. Do you see the tiny little holes in the bread from yeast or something? It's not like a solid block of bread in quotation marks like Subway. This is insane. Why is this place closing down? It's not even on the same league of Subway. There's a spiciness to it. I think it comes from the meat, and it's such a good amount of meat. I think they toast them up a little bit. You see how the meat is like a little crunchy? I'm actually speechless. This is the best sandwich restaurant I think I've ever been to in America out of fast food places. Hands down, look at the amount of meat they put in here. No wonder they took an hour. They had to collect all these meats from all these different animals in the back, because that's how fresh it tastes. And the bread, it's so good. I have nothing bad to say about this place. America, we cannot let this place close down. This is a national treasure. America, we have to protect Quiznos. I don't know what we can do. Should we start a GoFundMe? I think they have more money than that. I was gonna say, can we take turns and do their cleaning, do a night shift? What can we do? Should we volunteer 1 hour at Quiznos a week, each of us? I mean, we can get this done. This is really, really good. It makes me feel sad if this place actually closes down. I wish there was one next to my house, which there isn't, because there's very few now. Let me wash this down with an Oreo milkshake. It's a pretty standard milkshake. It's very liquidy now because I kind of let it melt in the car, so it is my fault. I like the flavor of it. It's a little bit too sweet for me. I like my milkshakes more malty or milky, not as sugary, you know? But it is good. So this next one is called the Miami sandwich. This is their pressed sandwich. This is also one of their most popular ones, and it's ham and turkey bacon and vegetables. And it is pressed. So I actually put this one in the oven, so it's extra crispy. Do you see? Like, it looks very fresh still. I put it in the oven for like 5 minutes. This is the meat on the inside, so it's got pork. I think this is turkey, slices of turkey and tomato. Let's give it a try. Oh my god. That is so delicious. I love the combination of turkey bacon with pork. It's weird, but it kind of works because the pork is kind of sweet, but then the turkey bacon kind of cuts it out a little bit. It's really well crafted, you know? It's a well crafted combination. The vegetables, once again, crispy. How can the vegetables be crispy when this has been pressed? Not too much sauce, so actually you could have a dip with this. This is really, really delicious. The bread on the first one, slightly better, just because it's got the seasoning on the outside, the rosemary and the cheese on the crust. It makes the bread have more flavor, but this one, because it's toasted, it's just crispy. When you bite into it, it's crunchy, but then soft in the center. This is a really cozy, like, sandwich. That's the best way to describe this, a cozy sandwich. It tastes like something that you'd make at home. I don't know, I feel bad this place is closing down. I'm like, I shouldn't enjoy this as much as I am. If this is what they're eating in prison, arrest me, officer. Like, honestly. I guess I'm surprised because I wasn't expecting. There's nothing bad I can say about any of this. I love everything about it. You could say they could have a little bit more sauce because there's a little bit of ranch or something in it. Almost like a salad cream kind of situation. I actually think this is perfect because when you're eating a pressed sandwich, you don't want it to be overly wet because it's already so condensed. And with the pork, I think this makes sense. I don't know. There's nothing bad I can say about this. I love everything. Do you hear that crunch? I'm gonna say the first and the second sandwich were both a 10 out of 10. I really enjoyed them that much, and I never ever eat a sandwich. Never. This never happens. This third one is a steak and egg sandwich, and I'm suspicious that this is the one that took them so long. I'm assuming they had to cook the steak. Where does the steak come from? This one does not look as good as the other ones. Why does the steak look raw? Not me being mildly concerned. Maybe it's the eggs. So this is, I guess, on the same bread as the other one, which is their cheese bread. Or is this their tiger bread? I don't know, it looks like a tiger bread. It's got cheese on it, like crusty cheese on the outside, and then inside it's the steak, which is kind of like minced beef, and eggs. We got peppers, pink. Actually, it's kind of gray, so I'm not sure how I feel about it, but I'll give it a try. This is delicious. Oh my, this is spicy though. The eggs adds a creaminess to this. Honestly, this is my only term of comparison because I only know Subway, and I think I've been to this other place in America called Firehouse Subs, which was better than Subway. But this is on a different level than all the other places. The egg adds a creaminess. Then obviously the jalapenos makes this very, very spicy, but you kind of need it to kind of balance the creaminess of the egg. So the whole thing is just designed perfectly. The cheese is on the outside in a crunchy form. So it's like you hear the crunch. I have nothing bad to say about this. I thought the meat was a little bit under, but it's not. When you bite into it, it's like the juiciest, softest, but still well cooked piece of burger. It's no steak, I'll say that. It's a burger, it's no steak. I'm not sure if it's a scrambled egg where the eggs are coming from, because I don't see them. I think they're maybe scrambled with the beef, like they're scrambled together, which is a really interesting way to do this, because it makes it not look appetizing, because the meat looks kind of like gray from the eggs being added to it. Like that looks like straight out of Arby's. But the flavor of it, if you close your eyes, you'd think this looks a lot better than it actually does. The flavor is a 10 out of 10 in all of them. Everything I've eaten so far has been incredible. Maybe they're just declaring bankruptcy for legal reasons. Maybe they're just relocating their bank accounts to the Cayman Islands. I don't want this place to close down. I want this place to open more locations. If Subway closed down tomorrow, I'm so sorry, but I would be like, yeah, I saw it coming. I've been saying that for many years. I came full of judgment and I thought I was gonna make fun of this restaurant, and every single bite I have been proven wrong. It is fresh, it is clean, the combinations are very well thought out. So for the dessert, they didn't have that many options. They had the milkshake, obviously, and they also had these donut bites. So these donut bites look very dark because I put them in the oven to make them crispy, and they're very crispy. Listen to this. Oh my god, putting them in the oven was the best idea I've ever had. Look how crispy this is, and then soft in the center. This is incredible. These are maybe better than the Taco Bell ones. They taste like French toast bites because there's an egginess in the center. So they're a lot more moist than the Taco Bell ones, but also a lot more crispy on the outside. Listen to the crunch on these when I bite into them. Do you know how fresh something has to be in order for it to do that? Like, they're fried to perfection. Not too sweet as well. So soft in the center. I don't know what to say. I'm being very delusional here, but I think with this video, hopefully some of you guys are gonna look up your local Quiznos. Maybe we can get my younger audiences to like go and look up Quizno or Quiznos. We cannot let this place flop. So let me just wash this down with a little bit more of the milkshake. The only thing I would say is the milkshake is kind of a flop, but it's because I let it melt. I think it was really good when it was first made. The milkshake kind of tastes like something you'd make if you come home drunk from the club, you know, and you blend some milk and Oreos. Or if you come home from prison and you have a very big appetite. These blended with milk, that would be an amazing milkshake. Quiznos, give me 14 days working as your CEO. I will turn this around because you got the goods. You just need a new direction. This is so good. This makes me consider the whole video because in my opinion, Quiznos as a fast food restaurant is a solid 8 out of 10. So I just got to Noodles and Company. It might be because it's in a really popular area where there's loads of restaurants. It doesn't seem that quiet from the outside, so we're gonna go in. I placed an order for like 4 different dishes because they make so many different things. I'm like, how is this place closing down? At some point, this restaurant, they had these plans for 1,500 locations. They stopped completely reporting how many locations they had. The last time they reported was 400. 1,500 to 400, it's not looking great for them. And an interesting thing is, when you arrive here, they kind of changed the logo from Noodles and Company to Noodles World Kitchen. Why did you change your name? I mean, I kind of understand why, but is that why? Before I talk about the food, which is here, I'm just gonna say something in the politest way that I can. This restaurant inside, this is the nicer version of what I want to say. It was dirtier than the jail that we visited earlier. Whoever cleans this restaurant probably also cleans most 7-Eleven toilets. That's all I'm gonna say. Why is this food packed like somebody made it? Like, why does this look like I went to my grandma's house to get this Rice Krispie treat? It smells kind of weird. Everything smells weird in this place. I'm really nice to these restaurants, especially when a restaurant is struggling. I don't want to be the one putting the nail in the coffin. I also have to be honest and real with these videos because otherwise they don't make any sense. And this, it does not smell good. None of this smells good. These noodles, even though they've just been picked up just now, they look stale. Why does it look like that? I just picked it up just now. So here we've got our bag from Noodles and Company, and first of all, we need to address this. Like, I asked for a Rice Krispie treat and they gave me this. This is what happens in America. I wanted one. I paid maybe $3 for this. In Europe, we don't even have cheeses this big. That's the size of a whole sandwich. This is crazy. It's one of the few desserts they do at this place, at the noodle place. And these are supposed to be made in-house. Clearly, they don't sell much of it because they gave me half of the tray. They were like, you know what? You're the third client of the day. So let's just calculate 2 more. The number 1 dish at this place is their chicken parmesan with noodles. So essentially, they specialize in a lot of different noodles. I did get a lot of options to show you because I know you guys are going to be excited about that. This is their best selling item. This is what they told me is the one. Breaded chicken, like a chicken breast with a lot of cheese and then penne pasta and tomato sauce. It looks great. Is it the healthiest of the food items? No, it's not, which is why I've got more options. This is their chicken noodle soup because if your restaurant is called Noodles and Company, I want to know what your noodle soup is giving, and honestly this is the one that I'm the most excited to eat. Like, that's how sad this is. They also give you some crackers. I don't really care for that. I don't need that. There's noodles in it. Why do I need more bread? Then the crazy thing about this place is they have a lot of dietary options. So if you follow specific diets or you can't eat gluten, they have options for literally everything, which usually when a place is doing bad, like when a restaurant is performing bad, I've noticed that they try to cut down on the menu items. This place, there's an item for everyone. There's so many items on the menu. Everything's warm because I reheated everything. I put this back in the oven. I'm gonna start by trying the chicken noodle soup. Look, it's still hot, still warm. So it's got celery, pieces of chicken. That is really good. It's a little bit greasy. That is not the way you want me to describe a chicken noodle soup, but there's a lot of grease in here. Okay. I like the flavor. I don't think it's too salty. I don't think it's too anything. My only concern is there is so much of this like orangey grease on top of the soup, and it really tastes greasy. Like, it's almost a little bit sickly, which is not the way you want chicken noodle soup to be. But I do like it. There was a nervy bit in the chicken, which I guess means that it's real chicken, so that's the upside. I'm not sure how I feel about this. It tastes like fast food chicken noodle soup, like they added a lot of like oil or something to it. Chicken noodle soup should be something that it tastes light and easy on the stomach. This tastes heavy. I'm scared of having more. Why does it taste so greasy? You can even see the grease. And I know chicken obviously has a lot of fat that kind of goes to the surface, but this is something else. Let's try the Parmesan chicken. I put this in the oven, so maybe the cheese is still melty. Wait, where's the chicken? That's not chicken. Are you kidding me? It's mostly cheese and pasta. There's like 3 pieces of chicken. There's one here and one on here. There's not a lot of flavor here. It's too much cheese on top, not enough chicken. The actual pasta, like the noodles. This is called Noodles and Company. It doesn't have any flavor. Why are they bland? No salt. No pepper, nothing. Just tomato and noodles. It tastes like a can of tomatoes. You know those tomatoes from Walmart, like the Great Value chopped tomatoes in a can, mixed with some cooked pasta. That's it. That's as much as the flavor goes. It also doesn't come with a lot of chicken. I thought it was gonna be like a whole chicken breast, but look at this. I'll show you how much chicken there's in here. There's a couple of these chicken pieces. That's it. If this is their best-selling dish, I am getting concerned because I made some funky choices for the remaining ones. This tastes like student accommodation pasta. Pasta and sauce. That's it. There's nothing. Even the sauce is not very good. It's like a 2 out of 10. Okay, now for these items, I kind of made choices. They were for different kinds of people. I made a mac and cheese choice because if your restaurant sells noodles, you have to have the best mac and cheese in town. Otherwise, you shouldn't be in business. Like, if you sell mac and cheese and noodles in your restaurant name, honestly, it should look better than this. So I put this in the microwave just to kind of reheat a little bit. You know what? This might actually give. Look, that cheese is kind of stretchy. It seems nice and fresh. Then here in the middle, this is a low-carb pesto pasta. So this is something that I guess they invented, where it has, I think it's like 30% less carbs than regular pasta. So I was really excited for this. I think if I went there and I wasn't filming a video, I'd probably go for this because it's healthy, but still good, you know, it's still pasta. And then on this side, I got something for the extra. We got 3 levels of health concerns. These are zucchini noodles. Zucchini noodles are like, you either hate it or you love it. I personally love it. There's this place in LA and they make these courgette noodles that I'm obsessed with. I've eaten like 3 bowls in a day before and I hope it's as good as those. So that's my term of comparison. So we're gonna start with the mac and cheese. This is the mac and cheese from Noodles and Company. This is The world's most bankrupt mac and cheese. Wait, I can't say that. That's mean. I really do like the look of it. I'm not just saying that. I think it seems like a good consistency. Delicious. It tastes very, very close to a Velveeta mac and cheese. You know I think it's Velveeta the brand. It's not the Kraft one, it's the other brand. What is it called? The yellow and red? I think it's gotta be Velveeta. It's very creamy, very delicious, honestly. I really, really do like it. However, I'm gonna be honest, this cost me $10, and this tastes like it cost $3 from Walmart. It's not really restaurant level. It needed some breadcrumbs on top, it needed some seasoning, it needed moments in here in order for you to charge me $10 for this. Plus tax. I can see why people don't go there, but I really like it. I really would get this again. I don't think I would justify spending $10 on this. I'm gonna be really honest. It's crafty tasting at the end of the day, but I really like it. Mac and cheese needs to be soft. I want the noodles to be overcooked, and I want the cheese to have like a little bit of a stretch. I want it to move like one unit almost, kind of like this, you see? This is how I like my mac and cheese, and it's exactly how I like it. Not too liquidy, not overly cheesy. If you top this up with some breadcrumbs, some spices, some herbs, just to add a little kick here, maybe some paprika, you know, change the whole recipe, this would be delicious. I really like the cheeses they use. It's like a classic American mac and cheese. So let's try the pesto low carb pasta. Honestly, I kind of like the consistency of it. There's a little bit of parmesan here that was on top, but now it's kind of like dry. So it's still warm. Do you see the smoke coming from it? I tried reviving it as much as I could. Do you guys think this is homemade pasta? Okay. It's a lot doughier than regular pasta. It doesn't have as much of a bite. And honestly, I couldn't eat the whole thing. I do like it. I think for something healthy, for like a low carb pasta, I think it's delicious. But if you guys try this, the consistency is going to be shocking. It's not giving normal, you know, spaghetti. It's giving spaghetti with lentils. Spaghetti with some hidden vegetable in it. You know when your mom tries to like hide broccoli in your food? I think somebody hid broccoli in this. I don't find it too greasy like the noodle soup in the beginning. It's just not exactly normal pasta. I think the pesto is okay. You need a little bit more pesto in my opinion. What really brings this place down is the fact that every dish is essentially pasta and a sauce. So it seems very low effort, and I think people are probably like, I can make this at home. Like, we're not stupid. We know how much pasta costs. We know that you probably get this low carb pasta from Walmart and you're just adding a sauce to it and then you're charging me $10, which is fine. If we could make it at home, I probably would make it at home just to save money. This tastes okay. I actually like these two. So these are the courgette noodles. They're very thick courgette noodles. Let me mix it up. Once again, I also put this in the microwave. I would say this is not the consistency I like in a courgette noodle. Too wet. I can tell you that already. So this is roast garlic flavor. This might be my favorite one. This is very delicious. I think the roast garlic here does all the lifting. It's got roast garlic. I'm assuming this is cream. It is so delicious. Courgette either tastes really gross and sickly or really, really delicious. This one tastes delicious. Like, I love the texture, squishy, but still tough. If I were them, I would really make sure that people know you're selling this. I had to dig deep in the menu to find these, and they might be the best thing on the menu. It's just a bowl of courgette noodles and a little bit of sauce. And honestly, this is the kind of thing I would go there for. I would 100% get in my car and drive for 2 hours to get these noodles, because I'm not gonna make these at home. I'm not buying a zucchini and cutting it into noodles. I'm just not doing that. I'm not that kind of person. It's not my goal in life. However, I would drive there for these. Honestly, this changes everything. We started with what I would like to say is like a 2 out of 10, which is the Parmesan one. Very strange noodle soup, like a 3 out of 10. We moved on to like something that I actually really like. I would give this a 6 out of 10. This one, we went back to a flop. And then this one, I would give it a 10 out of 10. Maybe this restaurant needs to find what they do best and stick to that. We're gonna give a try to this giant marshmallow Rice Krispie treat. And I really want to eat more of those noodles. That's how you know they're delicious. When I said I wanted one of these, I just did not think it was going to be this big. I don't think I've ever had a Rice Krispie treat. I think this is my first one ever. I think this is a very American thing. I think it's marshmallow, Rice Krispies, and butter. Is it crispy? I mean, it's crispy in the name. Here's the thing, something grosses me out about this because it makes me feel like somebody squished it with their own hands or feet. Also makes me feel like I'm eating a foot. Oh! It is crispy. Oh my god. That is such an interesting texture. I don't think I've ever had one. I thought it was gonna be more like solid. How is it crispy and creamy? What? How is this possible? This would be amazing with more flavor to it, like vanilla flavor, maybe ube flavor. Oh my god, that would... Mental note from my cookbook. I was horrified at the size, and I think it's because I've never had one of these. Because now that I understand how delicious this is, I'm like, they could have given me a bigger one. This is so good. I'm gonna stop eating it. Because that's a lot of sugar, but I really like that. I'm like wrapping it away to stop me from sinning. That's gotta be at least 6 of the 7 deadly sins, all in that little bar. I think I would rate this place a 5.5 out of 10, which is not quite a 6, but it's also not a 5. I like a lot of their things. I love that there's many options. They have gluten-free pasta, for example, which I didn't get. If your main dish that you're advertising people is this, because this is what they told me to get, then you need to reconsider your menu. You need to retaste your menu, because everything else is better than this. So what's the tea? If it was just up to that, this would be like a 2 out of 10. If this place truly closes down, I mean, I'm happy that I tried it. Would I be really sad? I wouldn't be as bothered as if Quiznos closed down, because Quiznos is a lifestyle. You know, Quiznos is just something different. This is like a cute restaurant. I don't see myself going there again. If I drive by, I'd probably go and get myself some zucchini noodles, but that's it. That's the only thing I would go back there for. Not even the mac and cheese, I would get it again. So yeah, 5.5 out of 10. This next restaurant actually almost went bankrupt 2 years ago, but for some reason it still kept going. It closed down 200 locations. Is it because of the food? Are the food items the reason why this place had to close down 200 locations? This is Steak and Shake. From the outside, I haven't been in yet. It gives like a diner kind of back in the day kind of aesthetic. Interestingly enough, they don't have steak. They have this thing called a steak burger, which is not a steak. So why is it called Steak and Shake? Where are the steaks? This doesn't make sense. But let's go inside and get the order, and then I'm going to show you all the items. This was $50 and it's not that much food. I find that quite expensive. But I got 2 shakes as well. I got a banana shake and a Nutella shake. This is a Nutella one. That looks pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. You do get the option to get these shakes with whipped cream and a cherry on top, which would be amazing. I didn't think it looked particularly gross inside. I didn't find that. It was like from another century. It was like going back in time. And I have no idea how this amounts to $50. Look at this amount of food. There's no sides, no fries. I didn't get any of those things, just their most popular items. One of their most popular items, it's this toast. Like, it's like almost like a grilled cheese sandwich. How can you charge $50 for sandwiches? And you serve them in a diner style restaurant where you don't get food in a plate. I'm gonna taste it, I'm gonna let you know. So here I've got my food from Steak and Shake, and once again, everything's warm. My first reaction to this place is I actually liked everything. I like the menu, I like the way it looks. On the logo, it literally says Steak and Shake. There's no steak. There's steak burgers. It looks like a regular burger, so I am confused about that part, but we'll see. So this is their best-selling items. This is straight up from the top best-selling items when you do a pickup. Number 1 is this. It's called a garlic spread steak burger. And it's a garlic sauce and their famous steak burger, which actually seems really nice. This is it smells really delicious. And it's got this bread that kind of reminds me of like bread in Germany. It's got like an European flair to it, you know? And I think a garlic cream cheese, like a garlicky white sauce in it. Then on this side, we've got their beef burger. So their whole thing is that everything is made with beef, with like steak meat. So this is like a beef, like hot dog. It doesn't look great. This actually looks really sad and small, and it was kind of expensive. How are you gonna charge me almost $10 for this? Anyways, and this is also their best-selling item. This is on par with this one, which is something really interesting. I've never seen anything like that. It's almost like a cheese toasty, except it's with steak burger on the inside. And steak burger, I'm just gonna show you, just so that we can squash the beef, no pun intended. A steak burger is a burger. Does this look like steak to you, or does it look like a burger to you? So is this something in America that I'm just not familiar with, where you guys call steak to a burger? But to me, this is just a burger. This place is confusing. And then I got chicken tenders, just because it's one of their best selling items, and they're still crunchy because I put them in the oven. Very exciting. Where do we start? Let's start here. I'm gonna start with the most important one. I hate saving the best for last. It's like a cheese toasty, but with the steak burger. Ooh. Let me taste the steak burger. Very crunchy. I love the cheese in it, like the cheese and whatever sauce is in it. There's like maybe onions, maybe like there's like a buttery spread to it. The steak burger, however, it's like a burger with the texture of a very well cooked steak. I'm not crazy about it. I don't really know what to think about this. What do you guys think? I was gonna say something, but it's kind of mean. But I still want to say it because it's the truth. It tastes like a cheese toastie that you make in your house when you come home from work or from school or whatever, with the McDonald's patty in the center. Except the McDonald's burger patty has a better texture and more flavor than this. This is very, very bland. And honestly, I'm not crazy about a burger that is this tough. Why is it so tough? It's not terrible. If I had really low expectations, this would be like a 7 out of 10, but because you make such a big deal out of steak and the burger and you put it in your name and you put it in your logo, that I'm just expecting the best burger I've ever had. And this is, to me, inferior to a lot of burgers that I've had in America. A little disappointed. Let's try their hot dogs. To me, this looks really sad. I mean, how is this gonna cost almost $10? How? How is this possible? I can make this for 30 cents at Walmart. It is delicious though. It's a really good sausage in the center. It's very flavorful. Wow, where's that flavor? They should get 50% of the flavor from this one and add it to this one. Because the sausage, it's a little bit greasy, but with so much flavor, that is really, really good. However, I just think this is too small. Honestly, I would eat one of these and I'd be like, what else? Like, what's next? What do we go for main? I think we should do a break with the savory stuff and try the milkshakes because this is called steak and shakes. So I've shown you the Nutella one. I'm not gonna lie, it looks really good. They've done like this drizzle on top with the Nutella. I don't know if you can see, but it looks really cool. Do I mix the Nutella in? Ooh, the Nutella is like solid on top now. Look at this, the consistency is perfect. Like it's so thick. This is what I meant about the milkshake we had earlier. I could tell it was like a homemade milkshake. This is not a homemade milkshake. You cannot make this at home. Let's give this a try. Oh my god, it is so thick. It's like concrete, and it's Nutella. Wow. I mean, they're really not kidding here. This has to be the best milkshake I've had from a fast food place. Oh my, look, it's so thick that the straw just stays. Like in slow motion. It is so good. The fact that I got this from the restaurant already like an hour ago, and it's still holding like this. These shakes are unreal. They broke the rating scale because this is like an 11 out of 10. But have they considered rebranding to Shakes and Shakes? Why you gotta sell steak? You don't even sell steak. Just forget about the steak altogether. This is so good. I have no idea what technology they use, but it's like, it's got chunks of Nutella in it. How is it possible to have a really creamy milkshake chocolatey and then chunks of Nutella come up? It's so good. It's not too sweet. It's very rich. It's an 11 out of 10. That is the best way to describe what this is. And then I also got a banana one. I'm not a big banana fan, but then I thought you guys might enjoy it, you know? So this one, look, it looks slightly different. It doesn't look as good. They only sent me a straw, so I have to use the one for my Stanley Cup. How is this still holding so well? They've really perfected the milkshakes. I really believe so. Look at this. How is this so thick? I gotta show you this with a spoon because look at this. That's unreal. This one is a little bit too sweet for me, which is crazy because it's banana and this one's Nutella. You'd think the Nutella one is sweeter, but actually this one I find it more sweet, but it is also perfect. It's heavily scented of banana, like you really can taste the banana. You know when it tastes like banana extract and you can taste like the alcohol in it and it gives you like a headache because it's so artificial and just, it's just not what you're expecting. And this tastes very strong, kind of like that, but without the artificial part. It still gives you a headache, but that's just from a very strong natural banana flavor. I really, really like this. I love their milkshakes. I'm like, I was not expecting this. I'm not a milkshake person at all. In fact, you know what I'm gonna do? I got a new Stanley Cup yesterday. Actually, this is my first Stanley Cup. Okay, my second one. Let's not judge. And I know people use this for healthy drinks, but you know what? Sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. Okay, I'm gonna use half because I want to save the rest for breakfast. And then we're gonna do some banana. So this is going to be a banana and Nutella milkshake. Wow, my Stanley Cup is like, we were gonna go on a health journey. We were gonna drink 5 liters of water a day, and hibiscus, iced tea, youth berry, green tea maybe. And this is what you've used me for? Okay, let's give it a try. That's the greatest liquid that's ever entered my body. Ew. Anyways, incredible. It's groundbreaking. It's so good. Steak and Shake. I need to be your CEO as well. Please hire me. I just need 15 days. That's how long. I need 2 weeks. You don't even have to pay me. Actually, I'll do this for free, which is crazy. That's how much I like this stuff. I will change everything. Your milkshakes are so good, but we need a mix and match milkshake situation. We need to be able to mix the banana with the Nutella and create new flavors, because they're so good. Let's carry on with the rest of the stuff, because we still got some more savory items. We've got the chicken fingers, and I just want this to still be crunchy, please. I think so. They're still crunchy now. This is what they look like. Just a standard chicken finger, you know. It's a little bit dry actually, which is strange. I mean, they actually look a little bit dry. If you like a chicken finger that is kind of like not overly fried, not overly greasy, this might be for you. I saved the star of the show for last. This is, I think, their best-selling item. It's the garlic steak burger. So it's got cheese in it, and it's got this garlic sauce. This is what they really believe it's the star of the restaurant, like the moneymaker, if you will. I mean, it's quite plain. There's not a single vegetable in here, just 2 patties. They really believe in their meat. But do you see, look at this. I don't want anyone bamboozling me. Would you say this is a steak or a burger? Exactly. It's not a steak burger, it's just a burger. Let's give it a try. Wow, that is delicious. I get it. This is all making sense to me. This one has a lot of flavor because of the garlic butter. The reason why I didn't like this was because there's not a very strong flavor. Other than the cheese, there's nothing in it. There's no sauce, nothing too crazy in it. It needs the garlic butter for you to really appreciate these steak burgers, because they don't have enough seasoning by itself. So honestly, I think they should add this butter to everything. This butter on here is their moneymaker. Like this garlic butter, give me a pot of these to dip my tenders. Put it in the toasty. Put it in everything. It's so good. It makes their meat taste better as well. Now I understand the steak burger name. Now it's starting to make sense. They just got it wrong, you know? They need to add this to every time they use their meat, because their meat on its own, it's not the most flavorful. This to me does taste like steak, and I think it's all because of the butter. The bread is an amazing consistency. It's crunchy on top, so when you bite into it, there's a little bit of a crunch, but then super soft in the center. It's a good amount. I think I would like this with a little bit of lettuce, like iceberg lettuce, to make this extra crispy and to balance out the richness, because it's very rich and very greasy, but the flavors are there. This is the first savory item that I really think it's really delicious, which is their best-selling one. I think my advice for them is put the garlic butter in everything. The shakes are like the best thing in your whole restaurant. So would I go to this place again? One more bite. Let me think. Honestly, no. I don't think I would. I find it slightly overpriced. I think if I wanted a burger, I would probably go to like McDonald's, because I think their burgers are a little bit better than these. If I went here just because I want that garlic butter flavor, then it's only one item, or because I want a shake. And I'm not gonna go to your restaurant just because I want a milkshake, because I can make a milkshake at home. I never will, and I never have, but I could if I wanted to. My advice for Steak and Shake is maybe rebrand to Shake. Just Shake. Maybe rebrand to actually sometimes Shakes. Maybe rebrand to Dairy Queen altogether. To me, this is like a drive-through kind of food. This is not sit down in a diner restaurant kind of food, and I think this is what they need to figure out. Maybe you just need to open a drive-through. Maybe that is the future for Steak and Shake. Would I be sad if they go out of business? I mean, I guess. I would be sad for them, for their company, but not because I love their food so much. So I wish there was some of this garlic butter. I want to dip in here. I want to come in here to this garlic butter and just dip my chicken tender, because that's how delicious it is. They need to toss the tenders in this. That makes it so much better. Oh my god, they literally need to start thinking. Sell this garlic butter at Walmart. I think altogether this is maybe like a 6 out of 10. Which I think I understand why it's going out of business, especially right now. I feel like when we decide where we're gonna go eat, we want it to be good value, and we want it to be something that we can make at home. Like you need to give something special. I just don't think they're giving anything special other than the shakes. So sorry, Steak and Shake. I wanted to exchange pleasantries, but not this time around. So stick to the shakes. And that was it for this video, guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. This was a different idea. I was thinking about all the restaurants they keep on being announced on the news that are closing down, and I was thinking maybe their food actually is good, and maybe we could make a series out of going there and featuring some of the items and reviewing them and maybe asking people to go there and support the business. Because I think if I had a restaurant and it was flopping, I would like somebody to help me, because I'd be like, it'd be really sad to close down. You know, all the people who work there, that just seems like it sucks. It's a very negative thing. Maybe we could turn into a positive thing. So some of these were not great, and I think they need to change some things on their menus for it to make sense. But a standout, Quiznos greatest sandwiches ever. If we can turn this one around, I would be so happy, because I really liked it. So if you want to see this again, and do you have recommendations, maybe there's restaurants in your city that are closing down or struggling, and maybe we could feature them and ask people to go there. That would be really fun. So if you want to watch that, don't forget to give the video a like, subscribe, switch the notifications on so you don't miss out when I do post those videos. And that's it. I love you guys, and I will see you on my next video. Bye bye.